Welcome to another review, everyone. I'm Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And we are united today to talk about Captain America Civil War. It's the first MCU film in Phase 3, and it's the falling apart of the Avengers. Big stuff. Hope you enjoy.
New York, Washington, D.C., Sokovia.
Okay, that's enough.
Captain, people are afraid.
That's why I'm here. We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game. I'm sorry, Tony.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
Captain America Civil War was directed by the Russo brothers, and it stars the entire MCU nearly.
A lot of people.
I'm not going to bother going through a list of them. You know who they are, except Thor and Hulk are the only two who are absent, really.
Yeah,
From memory.
pretty much.
And we introduced to a few new faces. Spidey's finally in the MCU. Black Panther's introduced.
Yeah.
It's essentially the Avengers 2.5,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It is a massive film. As for the story, there's so much going on here. There's just so much going on. Pretty much it's a rift between Tony and Steve. So it's weird to say Tony and Steve are fighting. That's what it is. It's a good film.
It is good. It is good. I was slightly let down
Really?
first time I saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still very much like it, but I was a bit let down.
No, I loved it. I thought this showed a much more, especially towards the end, which I won't say why, but a much more serious side of the MCU for sure.
So the end, I adored.
Right.
Up until then, I thought it was a bit too lighthearted, considering what was going on in the film.
I do agree with you there.
That's why I was let down.
Which is a concern of ours for Infinity War.
Yes. So when I say I was let down, I wasn't let down by the story or by the acting or anything like that. It was the tone the film took for some of the scenes.
If, just going off on a bit of a tangent, if Infinity War is very lighthearted, very funny, very quippy...
It's crap, it's bad, nah.
Will you be disappointed?
I think I will be.
I'll be disappointed, but I don't think that will take away from the overall experience. However, that's not for this video.
It'd be interesting. Because, going in before Civil War, if I knew it was going to be lighthearted, if someone's asked me that question, I would have been like, no, I don't think it would affect my star rating. It does affect my star rating.
Right, okay. See, I don't think this is so much as lighthearted. I just think I think it's still one of the more serious films in the MCU.
Yeah. There is one other aspect of it that I think drags the film down.
I just want to. I think there are a lot of points of misplaced humor, but I don't think it's lighthearted.
Black Widow again is the culprit of that a lot of the time.
I get the feel they don't really know what to do with her in the big team up moments. But anyway, what was your letdown moment?
The villain. I don't think he worked. I get I get the idea of him being there, but I think it would have been a lot better if you just take the villain out, and it's literally just Cap and Tony Stark, and the villain is pretty much whoever you're not rooting for.
Well, should we just go straight into spoilers?
Okay,
this is so hard to talk about.
I remember when the film was announced, and then they were like, Robert Downey Jr. signed on for Civil War as the antagonist of the film.
Right.
That was Marvel's words pretty much. Like, he is the villain of the film. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I heard, I can't remember if it was the Russo brothers or if it was one of the writers. They were like, well, that's not really the right way of saying it. They're like, it'll be more like whoever you're not rooting for, they will be the antagonist of the film, because they both got very different ideologies.
Right.
And it's true, when you're watching the film, you do sway back and forth between who you agree with.
Well, that's I like Captain America more as a character than Iron Man.
Yeah.
However, there are points in this film where I thought, wow, Captain America is a dick right now.
Exactly.
I am all for Iron Man right now.
I love both of them. Character-wise, I like both of them essentially the same. I love Robert Downey Jr. a lot more than Chris Evans.
Of course, so do I.
But
actor-wise, yeah.
But removing who I prefer as a character, I tend to side more with Iron Man's
in this
argument.
film. Me too.
Very much.
Iron Man.
But and so I think there would have been a much greater conflict if it was literally just the two of them going at it, which they do go at it. But there's this thing with Zemo, what's his name, Daniel Bruhl's character as the villain of the film, coming in. He's the one who caused the rift between the two.
Yeah.
And I feel if that was pulled out and it was literally just because there's already enough tension between the two of them over the
situation of the whole film.
The Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
So it could have really been something quite dramatic if it's literally just two friends, two best friends essentially, who just fall apart because of such changes in their thinking and things like that.
And like, you know, like it has that great moment, which was all over the trailer, which I wish it wasn't, but you know, with the he's my friend, it's like so was I, you know, like that's such a powerful moment.
That's what I mean, but that's kind of taken away, I find, because the fight wasn't started by them.
Right.
They were at odds with each other.
I never looked at it like this before,
but the fight was started because Zemo plants the video, which is a terrific scene. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Robert Downey Jr.'s acting in that scene when he's watching that footage is phenomenal.
Remember when I was saying in Iron Man 3 that he was, at that point, he was the best in the MCU? Civil War.
This is his best, yeah.
It is incredible. He should have almost been Oscar nominated in this.
Oh, yeah.
But can you imagine, like, if Zemo wasn't there and Downey Jr. just came across the footage on his own, how much more devastating that would have been rather than being planted in front of him.
That's true. I never thought about it this way.
It will still go the same way. He'd still hate Bucky for killing his parents. He would still be at odds with Cap for hiding it from him this entire time. It would still play out exactly the same, except I think the beginning of that would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that would be more hard hitting, I think, actually. And we can touch on something that you mentioned quite a few MCU reviews ago about Bucky's arc, how devastating it becomes.
It's a terrific arc.
This is where you fully see like how devastating his arc is. Like Winter Soldier was bad enough, and then this takes it a notch further, even so. Yeah. So,
when I was saying the lighthearted stuff, certain characters like I mentioned before, Spidey comes into this. Spider-Man has his first intro. He hasn't got a big role, but God, he's just such a standout in this.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man is a funny character. So, and he doesn't have anything to do with the quarrel between, like he does, like because Tony Stark recruits him, but he doesn't really have any personal thing against Cap.
No, right.
Apart from that he's been recruited by Iron Man. So for him to be cracking jokes during it, I have no problems at all because that is his character. He's a 15-year-old kid.
What about Ant-Man? So he's quite comical in the fight.
Ant-Man as well, like little
He's kind of just brought in by Cap as well.
I find Ant-Man's comedy though is more a response to what is happening. Kind of like the water truck. He's like, oh God, I thought that was a water truck.
Right.
Things like that. That's funny, but it's a normal reaction at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
What I don't like is when it's like, well, actually, these two. Hawkeye, when he meets Black Panther for the first time, is like, hey, I'm Clint, by the way. He's like, I don't care. And you just go, I was like, we didn't need that. Like,
right. Good Black Panther impression.
Yeah. It's not Black Panther's bit I don't dislike, because Black Panther's response is what I was thinking in my mind. I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
You guys are fighting almost to the death at the moment. Do you really want to introduce yourself at this time? Like, it's Hawkeye's thing I don't like.
Right.
Same thing when it's Hawkeye's fighting Scarlett Johansson. Are we still friends? Well, it depends on how you hit me. I'm like, no, that's the stuff I don't like. And it's not that it's a corny line. In another movie though, it might work. But in here, the movie is called Civil War. It's about the Avengers.
Hey, this ain't a civil war at all.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, firstly, it's more like civil. Civil squabble almost. But no, like it's about the Avengers breaking apart. There needs to be more weight behind it.
Yeah. It's interesting because this is kind of the last team up we've seen with everyone before Infinity War. So like where this film leaves us is interesting moving forward because there's a whole new team pretty much.
Essentially.
But Infinity War doesn't seem to have that team.
Yeah. And
not that we can say.
I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting because it is the Russo brothers again. So I mean, I'm sure they know what they're doing because they've followed on from their own film. But yeah, no, that's my one problem with it. especially coming off Winter Soldier, which was such a damn good movie, and it was a solid drama.
Mm-hmm.
There was hints of comedy throughout, but when it needed to be serious, it was full on serious.
Oh yeah.
And going into this, I was like, great. It's Civil War. It's about pretty much the dismantling of the friendship between two of the biggest heroes in the MCU. It's the Russo brothers again doing. I'm like, great. It's going to be a home run, and it wasn't that. I felt more. I felt more like it was a Joss Whedon film than a Russo brothers film.
Well, okay, I didn't. I thought it had a very different tone to Whedon's films.
Sorry. It like the script. I mean, like the comedy.
Right.
That
I can't tell. So with going back to the airport scene, do you like that scene or?
Okay, I am conflicted on the airport scene.
See, the airport scene. I'll just say that the airport scene is one of my favorite scenes in the entire MCU. I love it. I just think it's so much fun, despite the corny lines, which I agree with you on.
Okay, so I love it as a super. Like, it's probably the greatest superhero battle, one-on-one battle against like superheroes against each other we've ever seen.
Yeah. Sure.
On that scale, it is incredible, and it is one of my favorites in the MCU. But
doesn't fit in with the tone of the film.
Because it doesn't fit the tone of the film.
Okay.
The second half of the battle, it does. You know when the music is really when Vision draws a line, he's like, Captain, do you really want to do this?
Right. Yeah.
And then it's the battle. It's that shot you see in the trailer when you get the big wide, the two sides like coming together, and it's got the Civil War thing, the really dark Civil War thing. Yeah. That part of the airport fight, I think, is brilliant. Yeah. It's the first half that I think really lets it down. It's two different tones.
See, and this is my problem with Vision. I can't remember if I said this in a previous review or it was just us talking, but he is so overpowered for the rest of them. Like, he could just end it so quickly. Yeah. And he doesn't. He's like that. It's like the Superman problem. Like, he's so much more powerful. Like, you know, is he still discovering himself, like discovering his powers, or like, you know, is he, because he's clearly more powerful than the rest of them.
I think I need to clarify what I'm saying here, because
I understand.
I don't want to see these guys getting hurt, right? But at the same time, like I did go in expecting one of them to die. Okay. But then when the Russo brothers was like, no, this is the emotional stakes. Infinity will be the physical stakes. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I get that. Because obviously in the comic books, it goes down differently. People do die in the comic books during the Civil War. Right. But I get why they didn't do that. The bit when Rhodey, when he gets shot down by Vision, see, that's what I wanted. And again, I feel like a dick saying this. I don't want these characters to get hurt. But you need something to be emotionally driven with these films.
I think if Rhodey had have died there, that would have fueled Iron Man's emotion even further. Like, that would have made the rift even stronger. I think that would have been a powerful decision to kill him then and there. However, I mean, it played out fine, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, considering he still is very crippled, that is, I think, for now, enough incentive. Like, it would be interesting to see what would happen if it played out differently. He actually did die. Yeah. Because at the same time, like, yes, he's crippled, but then you see him at the end. He's learning to walk all over again. Right. And I mean, sure, it's not with the power of his own legs, but they got he's got the suit. Yeah. He can just put the suit back on,
and he's fine.
And he's fine.
Yeah.
So, yes, it sucks for him as a person, but as a hero, it doesn't really affect anything.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
So, and then that's what I mean. I'm.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. As for the newcomers, as first mentioned before,
so
great little introductions for Spider-Man and Black Panther. I think
Black Panther's fantastic.
They're small screen time, but it's just so effective.
Yeah,
especially like Black Panther. Like, he's
I mean, Spider-Man. I've made it very clear in other videos. Spider-Man's my all-time favorite superhero. Sure. I could not wait when I heard that he was finally back in with the MCU with Marvel.
Oh yeah. Well, Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character as well.
Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man. I think he's brilliant, because I had issues with both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for different reasons. Yeah. Tom Holland, I think, perfectly fits both Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Right, yeah. And he's great for playing this version of Peter
And he's
Parker.
the right age.
Yeah.
He's finally have a high school Spider-Man.
For the movies, yeah, he's the right age. a lot of the comic books I've read, he's a lot older.
Yeah.
You know? So like for example, in the Civil War comic books, he is a man. So that's the Peter Parker I'm used to for Civil War.
Yeah,
so
see,
this was jarring for me.
Right. See, I was used to more the early
exactly
Spider-Man
right.
when
Yeah,
he was at school.
exactly right. And I've read it's depending on what arc you're reading. Like it's different. But for this movie and for the Peter Parker they've gone with, Tom Holland's perfect.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. And he's young enough, and he's old enough, and he's experienced enough that Tom Holland can grow into the character in the future and become the older Spider-Man.
Yeah, which is why I think in Infinity War he is so safe. Like there is not a chance of him.
I mean, if he dies, I'd be like, are you kidding me? He's finally back in the MCU and you kill him off.
I'm pretty sure the newcomers are all good.
I'm sure.
Spider-Man, Black Panther. I wasn't even going to say Doctor Strange. I think they're all safe.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is safe.
They're all safe.
The Guardians, mostly, I think will be safe. Maybe one or two might get off. But I think the more supporting roles in the Guardians are in danger. The lead ones, I think, are safe. God, I hope so. Because
I hope the 5 are safe. I think there's a. I won't say, but I yeah.
Anyway, we're
getting off track. We just want to see Infinity War.
But we're so close to Infinity War now. But what I was saying was before, Spidey. I mean, I already love Spider-Man, so it didn't take much to win me over Spider-Man.
Of course.
Black Panther, I knew nothing about. So considering with 15-minute screen time,
if
that, I was already hooked on the character pretty much, and could not wait for the Black Panther movie.
And then the after credits scene, like which teases Wakanda, that was really cool.
Yeah, and Chadwick Boseman is such a good I mean, I'm not going to review Black Panther again. We've done that before, and we gave our very high star rating.
Mm-hmm.
But in Civil War, he is so good, and you see, pretty much.
It really just shows the mysterious side of the character. It's like, wow, I want to know more about this.
And the more ferocious side of the character with the loss of his dad.
That highway chase scene was just incredible.
So that's the Russo brothers. When they go for hard-on action, they nail it.
That's a very Winter Soldier-esque scene as well. The Black Panther chase scene. So
anyway, I feel we've been going on for way too long here.
Yeah, all right. Should we dive into star rating?
Yeah, let's do it. So you first.
I love this film. It's up there with my favorites. I can't give it the full 5 stars, but I'm giving it a very, very, very high 4.5. I love it.
God, I wish that was my favorites. I rewatched it again recently, and the ending is so perfect.
Yeah,
it is so good, and that is a strong, extremely high 5 stars for me. But I've taken the previous 3 quarters of the film, which unfortunately drags down to 4 stars.
Ooh, okay.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony.
You just started a war. Stay down. Final warning.
I could do this all day.
All right, I've run out of patience. On to ruse!
Hey, everyone.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Those are our thoughts on Captain America Civil War. Coming up next, we've got Doctor Strange, a new character into the MCU, so keep an eye out for a review on that one. And until next time, we'll see you at the movies.